I have been sick for the last week, which is a rare occurrence for me. According to my data, I have not been sick since July 2019, so it's been a while. When I do get sick, I normally only get sick for a day, maybe two, but this has been a doozy. I got sick last Tuesday night after work, and today is Monday. Still feeling quite sick. Finally feeling better for the first time, really. So we'll see how I do with coughing. Hopefully that won't happen too much, because I am testing out this $1 lav mic that I bought from China many years ago and never tried. So the audio probably won't be very good because it is going through the camera, which is never ideal, but I did not want to use my other microphone and have to sync the audio and the video and export it and everything, so I'm not. Just another opportunity to try something new and another way of removing the barriers to showing up even when I'm sick. So the reason I'm showing up today is just to document the realities of my journey once again. Obviously wanting to make the most of my time off. It's not fun when I get sick, but I've actually been pleasantly surprised at how I've handled the whole situation, how much I've grown as a person since the last time I was sick, which was again a long time ago, but just in how I mentally dealt with the situation. So in the past, getting sick would have either been something super frustrating where I would be resentful, where it would be like, this is so frustrating, why does this happen? This is the worst possible time to get sick, because obviously anytime you get sick is just the worst possible time you could get sick. And maybe some bitterness and just frustrated with a whole week that was just wasted time that I would have wanted to spend elsewhere. And that didn't really happen. I've come a long way in being patient with the journey, with the process of life in general, and especially with this new chapter of wanting to make the most of my time, but learning to take things one day at a time, take things as they happen. This is what was to happen in this week. A good test of where I'm at with my thinking, with trusting in God, with how I use my time, and just being okay with not accomplishing things, being okay with not being able to work on all the things I want to work on. I wasn't feeling well, but there wasn't really anything I did in that time. It wasn't even I can relax and watch movies. I didn't even feel like doing that, which would be something I normally would enjoy. I didn't do any reading, any listening to audiobooks. It was so strange to be completely disconnected from who I am and how I normally operate, but a good test of where I'm at mentally with everything, and overall I'm pretty pleased. And it was also neat to see how far I've come with my habits, because when you're sick, obviously things can slip very easily, and that's very reasonable. And I was surprised at how well some of the habits held up that I was able to even maintain while I was sick, that I was able to make pretty good choices while I was sick, especially with my eating. I was very proud of how I managed to still eat healthy despite not feeling well. One of the other big things for me actually was for basically a year now, every single day, I've gone for a walk or two and have gotten 10,000 steps every single day. So this was something that I didn't set out to be a New Year's resolution, but because I had done it for so long, then at one point throughout the year I did want to make it a New Year's resolution. So 10,000 steps every single day for the entire year. And one of the days I was sick early on, I did force myself to get my steps in. It was definitely a struggle, but I did it. And I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. The next day I slept 15 hours, so maybe that was a bit much. But after forcing myself to the one day, I decided to not force it. To not force it the following day. I still have gone for a walk every day, but that was a really, really big step for me, no pun intended, to not get my steps in. I'm the type of person that, when I commit to something every single day for a year, I'm going to do it every single day for a year. I want that perfect streak. I want to complete that every single day, no exceptions. There's been days where I leave it too late or I don't feel like it, and I just get my 10,000 steps and that's it. I'll be, doing a lap in the kitchen to try to finish off before bed or whatever. But every single day, without fail, I would do 10,000 steps. But it was very mature of me to let that go, to do what's best for my health, because the point of the 10,000 steps, it's a nice round number. I didn't choose that because it's the number that gets thrown around. It was just, that was kind of what I was averaging anyway, so I stuck with that. But to let that go was a big win, because the point of it is ultimately to be healthier. So if I'm forcing myself to do these steps when I don't have the energy, when I'm sick, when I'm not in the state to do so, then I'm actually compromising my health in order to finish that every single day. So I think there's been 3 days this past week, 3 or 4, I can't remember, where I didn't get my steps in. And it was still, it's still hard to let that go, but I am proud of myself for making that decision and putting my health first. Definitely a lot of growth and maturity there compared to how I would have made decisions in the past. So yeah, anyways, that's a bit of an update on the week that I had. And in conclusion, I will just stress the importance of taking care of yourself, prioritizing your physical health. This is something that I will harp on as much as I possibly can, because I'm very passionate about it, very convicted, just based on my own health journey over the last 10 years. It is so, so imperative to have your physical health in order. It affects everything so much more than you realize. So yes, please take your physical health seriously. The funny thing was with getting sick this time around is that prior to getting sick, last weekend was basically the best I felt maybe in my entire life. Emotionally, having this time off, gaining new insights and clarity, just feeling like myself kind of for the first time in my life. Happy, genuinely happy and content. Emotionally was doing so well. Physically, the best shape I've been in my entire life. I've come a long way with nutrition, with daily walks, with other things where I was doing absolutely everything right. There was no external stressors that was building up and my body had had enough, and it was just like, okay, we're sick now. Literally I was at my peak and I still got sick. So yeah, take care of yourself, please. Invest in your physical health. If you don't have your physical health, you have nothing. So, yeah, that's my little mini rant and update on being sick for a week. And hopefully I'll be feeling better soon so that I can get back to doing the things I enjoy, making other videos, and dabbling in creative things and systems and who knows what. But for now, I am pleased with how well I'm doing in just learning to be patient with life, to slow down, to take things one day at a time, and take things as they come. So thanks for being here, and hopefully the next one I'll be in a much better state.